So what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. Welcome everybody back to another video today. Hope you guys are doing well. So we've got some pretty dramatic changes coming to the game within the next couple of days, and some of these are going to be including a new arcade game mode, as well as some pretty major changes to ranked. We're also going to be talking a bit about the new movement system that's going to be implemented very soon into PUBG, and some details regarding that. So it's going to be a pretty packed video today. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video and you don't mind, please take 1 second to drop a thumbs up. It does help out the channel a lot. And my analytics show that around 78% of you guys are not currently subscribed. So if that is one of you and you would like to help out the channel, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. That would be incredible. So upon the release of Team Deathmatch in PUBG, arcade mode besides that has been pretty empty. There are 2 other slots below it that really never got filled out, and it always just says a new game mode's coming soon. Now, I actually spoke to the PUBG developers themselves, and specifically Dave Kurd, and I asked about arcade mode and the future plans for it, and he told me he really cannot say anything official yet, but that new modes were obviously coming. My speculation that one of them was going to be some sort of offline mode or like a zombie mode, and then the other one is a single player story campaign that's being developed by another studio, but that is unconfirmed right now. However, one of the new game modes we suspect is most likely coming within the next day or two. So a Chinese PUBG social media account has been posting these teasers of a new arcade mode coming within the next few days. The pictures themselves do not really give away anything immediately. They're just sort of 3D images of, stock PUBG characters, but from what I can understand, this is actually going to be simply a new arcade mode. Now, what's kind of weird is that this newest teaser basically announces that this new arcade mode is going to be coming to the game within 1 day. However, this is on the Chinese social media, although it goes for the entire game of PUBG. What's strange is that none of the American social media platforms, even the EU ones, none of them have posted anything official about this actual arcade mode coming within the next day. Like, if it actually ends up in the game tomorrow, then there's been no announcement about it at the time of me recording this video, so I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. Now, assuming that this arcade mode does get implemented worldwide and not just in Chinese PUBG, what exactly does this look like? So apparently this is going to be a game mode of what we call Money Royale. Now, the details on this game mode right now are quite scarce, obviously, but from what we know about Money Royale, it's going to be an 8v8 game mode, and interestingly, if you guys remember all the way back to Season 5, when the vending machines got announced that they were going to be added to Miramar, some very strange coins got leaked alongside those. However, the vending machine made it into the game, whereas the coins did not, and I was kind of confused. Initially, I thought the coins were going to be used to activate the vending machine. That's how you're going to get energy drinks out of it, but as it turns out, it's in the game already. You can hit it for free. It's pretty simple, and the coins were never added in any way whatsoever. So it looks like these coins could be the implementation of this new game mode. Given all the details that we have right now about Money Royale, scarce as they may be, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it might play pretty similarly to Plunder from Warzone, where you basically, the goal is to collect as many cash, or let's say coins in this case, as possible. You probably gather more coins as you get kills, and you can stack them. If you have a lot of coins and you die, all of those are going to drop in for the other team to pick up, and maybe you can run it into a base or some kind of bank. I don't know. It's going out a little bit of a limb, but if this gets implemented tomorrow, as the teasers say, then I guess we're going to be finding out a lot sooner than we think of how this actually works. On the subject of Money Royale being added into arcade mode, this now means we have 1 more slot, assuming this does get implemented. And there were 2 ones that we have suspicions that are happening, which is an offline zombie mode and a single-player story campaign. And we'll talk about both those in a future video, but it looks like maybe one of those might not be happening anymore. If I had to guess, it would probably be the zombie mode. Of course, I'm going to keep you guys updated on what happens with that. I'm not so sure what arcade mode's plans are right now, but hopefully this Money Royale thing might be happening within the next day. So stay tuned into PUBG, maybe watch their social media. Again, at the time of me making this video, they have not announced anything officially, but just be on the lookout. Next up, we got some changes about ranked, and this might be controversial, it might not be, I don't know. I don't really like talking about the whole ranked situation just because it seems like it's a closed loop to me and we don't really get anywhere, but they are making some changes, and I think it's worth talking about. So obviously, since the implementation of ranked mode, there has been no options for solo or duo players. If you want to play solo in ranked, you have to solo squad it, and that was, this decision was made to facilitate healthy matchmaking, and you can still play normal matches in duos or solos, but at the same time, you also will have a little bit, some portion of bots in your lobby. And if you look on Twitter or on Reddit or just anywhere of the more like hardcore PUBG community, then there has been a complete outcry to have ranked solos or ranked duos. And I've talked about this in a lot of videos of why I don't think that would immediately be a good idea just to throw those in as is. And I've even talked to the PUBG devs about this, and we're kind of in agreement that it would just further hurt matchmaking given its current implementation. It just wouldn't be a great idea. However, they are actually wanting to add ranked solos. They put out a statement the other day on Twitter saying that they have heard the outcry from the community and that they are working on an implementation for ranked solos. Now, duos were not mentioned, but now you got to ask yourself, if we're getting ranked solos, what's the trade-off? Brian Corrigan on Twitter recently tweeted what would be essentially a prototype of the new matchmaking system, and we're going to go through this really quickly. So for normal matches, they would be third person only in solo, duos, and squads. Ranked would be first person only, but it would have solo and squad modes. And he also goes on further to mention that normal could have basically all of them plus first person perspective, and ranked would always be FPP only. Now, at the end of the day, this presents some problems. And also, by no means is this automatically what is going to happen for sure. This is not set in stone, but this is a configuration that they have proposed. Now, I don't think I have a better configuration that would work better. I think the problem was honestly ranked mode itself. Now, my distaste for ranked mode really comes in the fact that it entirely negates the point of what Battlegrounds was fundamentally. If any of you guys played early PUBG who are listening to this, a lot of you remember that jumping into a game with 100 other players that are all playing for different reasons was what made the game interesting. Not everybody had the exact same goal in mind, so if you jumped into a public match, maybe 20% of the people were tryharding, maybe 50% of the people were just messing around and having fun. Everybody in the game was there for a different reason and would thus facilitate a completely different playstyle, keeping the game fresh and interesting match to match. That's why the replayability on this game is so good. The problem with ranked mode is that sure, it is like competitive, but also I just don't think competitive BRs are a great concept to begin with, but that's another topic. I'm not going to get into that, but ranked PUBG seems to almost entirely defeat the point to me, right? It's like, okay, in ranked PUBG right now, you can play with real players, but literally everybody in the match is there for the same reason, and that is to try hard and win. Another thing that's really interesting is that even amongst the hardcore of hardcore players that follow all of the, devs and social media managers on Twitter, even amongst them, most of them don't even play ranked mode or don't play it very often. So it seems to me we can get ranked solos, but not only is a little bit of a suboptimal solution, but you're also going to have to sacrifice a little bit in the process. A lot of people want bots removed from the game, and me too. I don't really want bots in my lobbies, to be honest, but in order for that to happen, for that to be viable, you would probably have to get rid of ranked mode, or at least consolidate it back into one normal mode. Again, I don't really think there is a great or perfect solution here, but I suppose for people that are wanting ranked solos, they are working on implementing it. Just the question then becomes, what are we sacrificing to get that? That I'm not entirely sure yet. You guys can let me know your opinions on this whole ranked mode situation, and I do have to keep in mind to some degree that my YouTube comment section is a little bit of an echo chamber, because if you're watching YouTube videos, then you're probably part of this at least more hardcore PUBG community, certainly more than the average player is, but we'll have to just, take that with a grain of salt. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about the new movement system that's coming, and we briefly spoke on this when I talked to the PUBG devs, and what it seems to me, the new movement system is probably going to be a refined version of the original intention for this. We're also going to be having probably way more options for ledge grabbing and mantling and stuff like that. The leaning mechanic will probably be getting much more defined, as well as crouching, and we might even see a return of the roll mechanic from prone. Being able to roll side to side on the ground while you're proned out was actually the original intention in PUBG's movement, but it was very buggy and they could not get it to work. So this ended up getting scrapped pretty early on, but with the new movement system, it might be a little bit more in tune with what the original intention was. Personally, I'm really excited at the prospect of this idea because I feel like this could somewhat restore the magic of PUBG, where people are figuring out how to move around the environment, and without destroying the fundamentals of PUBG and what makes the movement and the gunplay in this so great, they could just refine and add on to the original concepts, and I think that could, if done well, really go a long way in terms of revitalizing what made the game so fun to begin with and just fine-tuning those mechanics. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, but we'll have to wait and see. And then finally, guys, if you didn't know, in the PUBG store right now, the M416 gold and silver plate skins are actually now available. So this means that some of the skins that were like pretty, rare early on might be making their way back to the store if you guys missed them the first time around. These two ones in particular are available. There is some discussion as well about skin trading coming back, and I talked to the devs about that. So that is something we'll have to wait and see for the future. If you have rare skins, then they may become a little bit more valuable as time goes on. You guys can let me know what you think about old skins returning too. But if you guys do decide to pick up the silver plate or the gold plate M416, if you guys don't mind, you guys can use my PUBG creator code as well. I'll have that linked down below in the description if you want to use the code. And if you do end up using it, please let me know so I can personally thank you. But let me know your opinions on everything today, guys. The new arcade mode, the rank situation, and then also the new movement system. Regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. And if you did, give it a like rating, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure to go follow me on Twitch. I stream almost every single day. I'd love to see you over there. Just come say hi, and I'll see you all on the next stream or the next video. Have a great one, everybody, and peace out.